Can we speak to this guy while we're here? Let's have a look at this. Oh, hang on, that's going to take us all the way in there. Sylvie doesn't think I'm a superstar? No, she thinks I'm a jerk. Maybe we're jerks.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
Yeah, that's right. She just doesn't get it, man. The man mutters to himself, accenting the beats as he
A
goes.
simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
Keep listening.
From another planet. Hey there.
What's going on here?
It's the jam, my man.
He motions towards the sprawl of lorries with a sweeping gesture.
The air from the east is thick with the smell of crude oils, heavy metals and other byproducts of the modern era. You could almost taste it.
What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
Uh-huh. So that's where I am.
Yeah, exactly.
It's official. He too agrees. This is the antechamber of the afterlife.
Oh, man. So how long have you been here?
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak, or he just likes unusual words, or both.
Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need?
Hey, you know anything about the dead man? The one hanging about in the hostel there?
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
But still, busy with what?
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
You've been wondering if you're going to get paid.
Ask for his conclusion.
Yeah, and your conclusion?
A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees.
Tell me about this strike.
It's like whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out.
Going on strike would probably help you dodge a bullet or two.
Maybe I should go on strike. What's the union demanding?
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
What do you think the company wants?
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Yeah, he just wants to drop off his stuff. Maybe I should go on strike.
Maybe you should. Cops don't get paid much and the hours are long. Plus, you can get shot. Why not?
I could get shot by a cop.
The RCM is a self-managing organization that operates on donations. We promote our own leaders. It would be like striking against your own mother.
You got a point there.
Yes, but do continue. You were asking about the strike?
Anything else I should know?
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do.
Or who?
Us lorry drivers, camionneurs, you still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid.
Okay, no los
Not that I blame them, really.
tres?
Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
Glances down at the road toward the horizon, a glint of something in his eyes.
He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior.
What are you hauling anyway?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Okay, and what are you actually hauling? Oh, wait, let's... We could have always wanted a friend in the underworld.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grodd and the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
So, nothing illegal then?
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
No. That's your machine behind you?
This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
No, not
A
really.
motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6?
That a found A6 you got there?
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
Can I get one of those found tracksuits you're hauling?
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
Yeah, that's fair. Alright.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically.
No,
Again,
I'm good.
Don't be a stranger.
Later, my dude. He spoke to her. Goods from the lorry haphazardly litter the surroundings. Oh, that horse is missing its head. More magnesium. So we've got 3 mental health pills. Glossy magazine, most able-bodied men, Tusk 10, music mag. There's some money on the floor. I'm not going to try and cross the picket line. That might not be good for my health in this town. Let's speak to this dude.
Welcome to Rivachol.
What's up loud? Welcome to Revachol. Why are you addressing my partner like that? Hey, I know, Revachol. That's where we are.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
You tell him, Kim.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
what he means is fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
He's right. You're undermining our best shot at real self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Yeah, you tell him, Kim.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup, Now's your moment to shine.
Oh, okay. I think we all learned something here. Do I smile at the dude? Or do we... No, let's superstar it. But hey, Kim, I got your back.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
Oh, really?
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Oh, man. Kim, I was ready to go all in.
Whatever you say, officers.
He waits impassively, cigarette smoldering between his fingers.
He smells of heavy motor oils, and his breath of high tar content cigarettes, probably Astra Whites.
What's that argument all about?
It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head
The
on
voice
the
actor
sand
just
like
changed?
common sheep.
Oh, so you're just racist. Makes sense.
I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books. Huh? The science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it. People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that.
What else have you thought
So,
of?
lately we Occidentals have experienced an unfortunate downturn when members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority. They stop competing for resources.
Yeah, what's the problem with that then? No, wait. Experience an unfortunate downturn when members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority. That means they understand that everyone's equal?
The problem? The damn kips are showing a real good game lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other introduced species too. They're on the precipice of cultural victory.
Cultural victory? What is this then?
Ah, man.
It's what the kips of Boogie Street are going for, right under our noses. And the others too, on the radio. Heard any chansons lately? Heard any motetos or leader? No. Dominating culture is how they plan to win. They say so themselves.
Huh.
It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new sub-race, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring.
Yeah, I'm not down with this. I'd rather talk about something else.
Go right ahead. You may be a cop, but that won't help you avoid the calamity to come.
You threatening me?
Lieutenant Kitsurage's stern expression remains unchanged, but you sense something there, below. Not a lot of moral fiber on this one yet, he thinks, wriggled out of it.
What are you hauling?
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
How long?
The strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. But this here is just the last week or so.
What kind of cargo?
Apples.
Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Yeah, apples? I take it you had other questions?
We're done for now. Apples. Oh, we might be able to get the ammonia from the fridge, then we can look at the body. Apples. Did think we're going to believe that he's picking up apples in wintertime in a cold place. I don't think so, dude. Rosens, dozens of them. Oh, there's lots to look at here. Melancholy pop song. Wonder if we can find our song
The
with
tear
the
machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
What is this machine?
Oh, that's the tear machine.
Yes, but what is it?
It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and put it in the machine, then it gives you money.
Oh, I thought I was thinking the other way around, like it was a vending machine. How do I pick up tear for the tear machine?
You need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so...
Can't you pick it up with your fingers? And hold them?
Feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some out there. Somewhere.
Okay. We saw in a window that those bottles and it said we needed a bag, so I'm guessing it's for that.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint-Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Okay.
Their logo is the bloodless rose, pure white, untouched by harm.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Okay. What do the products do?
I don't know. Let's see. Nosafed is a nasal spray. Duramine is a really good painkiller. Magnesium is a dietary supplement. Hypnogamma is...
Expensive?
I don't really know what Hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to use after lots of partying, studying, or exercising.
Oh, could you be a little bit more specific?
No, sorry. I'm not like a doctor or anything.
At least she's honest. Who is Saint Baptiste?
Saint Baptiste, you know, the pharmaceuticals company. Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals, the one that sells meds out of Saint Baptiste. That one. There.
Okay.
She is right. Saint-Baptiste, the company, derives its
Yeah,
name
that's it.
from Saint-Baptiste, the city.
I thought it would have been
Itself so
named off a
named
person, though.
because that's what it is. A rare case where that really is the full etymological history. As far as almost anyone knows, at least.
Ah, do you have any ammonia?
Yeah, there's like an ampule somewhere.
I want to buy some ammonia.
Okay. Don't, like, overdo it or something.
No, it's not. We're not taking it. Well, I guess we're taking it from you, but we're not taking it. Never mind.
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall, inviting you closer.
Hey, Adam Sibbs.
The bottles wink at you in the light. The smokes too glitter in their wrapping. It's like looking
Was
into
it
a
good
kind
donut?
of heaven. Your knees are weak. There, in that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol, love, alcohol.
I'm in heaven. I need it all so bad.
Sure. If you want something, I can get it for you. Just let me know and pay and stuff.
Vulcan, my dude, thanks for the raid. Welcome, raiders. We're playing through some Disco Elysium. now with fully voice acting, so I don't have to read like there's some little bits you've got to read, but all the actual talking's voice acted. The voice actor got that character so right, yeah.
But I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. But I guess you already know that.
Yeah, man, probably check it out without too many spoilers. There's a lot, it's fairly dialogue heavy, so I'm really glad I didn't play through it when it first came out, because I don't mind doing some reading in some narrative stories, but this is really dialogue heavy.
The Pale Age vodka is special, I guess. It's stored in pale for a couple of years, which makes it super expensive and super strong.
What is pale?
You know.
Oh. Okay, what will consuming this stuff do to my body?
I mean, I already said it'd hurt you. I don't know what else they do.
Do you sell any under-the-counter vices?
No, Frit only sells legal drugs, like the law says.
Oh, you beat Loop Hero. Nice, man. Okay, so now we can use the ammonia on the body. Either that or we're using the ammonia to stop us from throwing up? I don't know. Medicine? Used to treat fainting spells, so I think we just, like, maybe we dap a little bit under our nose or something? I don't know. I'm sure the game will know. Can we just actually talk to her about stuff?
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
Alright, what is this Frit?
I don't know. Frit?
And what is Frit?
A 7 to 11 grocery store.
And why is it written with 3 T's?
I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't.
The story goes that normal Fritta with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort, was already taken. So when Fritta Retail Inc. grew into a multinational corporation, they had to add an extra letter to avoid trademark infringement.
Is your narrator Baron Samedi? Sounds like it, doesn't it? What magazine are you reading?
You mean this?
I guess she shows it to us. She looks at the cover boasting a colourful photo of 2 girls kissing.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
Forget about all that. What is this fashion police feature?
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
Who's the numero uno guy there right now? And does he look like this guy?
Oh. No, I don't think so.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
Yeah. We've got some actual questions.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
Can you tell me anything about the dead body?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so...
How long has it been there?
I don't know, really long.
Do you know the man who died?
Not really.
Not really. Does it mean you knew him a little?
No. I didn't know him at all.
Okay. What do you think happened?
I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay.
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Dealer Bud. What were you playing? Oh, so you were playing Loop Hero today. Man, I'm off my game today. Sorry, Vulcan. So what's the plans now that Loop Hero is done with? leave the strike for a while, because although I do want that, I want those monies. 3 T's, how idiomatic. Give me the mummies. Let's get away from their noise. Seb's going to force him to play Legend of Grimrock 2. Why not Legend of Grimrock 1? It was a new enough game when you first suggested it. Man, don't you hate it? When you ask a Twitch streamer to play this new and exciting game, and they just pass on it, and then eventually they're like, I would, but it's like past its Twitch expiration date. And you're like, I suggested it when it was in early access. I don't know if you did, man. A bold slogan, Humanox, covers the truck. Okay. Can we actually get out this way? No. Okay, cool. So we found an edge of the map. Ruins full of snow. No one lives here anymore. Two has more interesting environments and more watchable. Fair enough. One physical instrument. Hey, the wife beater tank top will hopefully let us yell up the chimney. We need physical instrument to yell up the chimney. Horseback monument. An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island pointing towards the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured, mounted in the air with aid of numerous ropes and rods. Who is this? Where's my readout? Silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, I am Philippe III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philippe II, the opulent, father of Philippe IV, the insane. Why would you call your son Philippe IV the Insane? Like, that's foreshadowing of a level you just don't want, right?
As you look up, you notice something about the statue. There are some odd indentations on the king's chest piece.
Oh, we can roll that. Roll a 12.
What did he do? You have no idea what you did a week ago. How would you know what this guy did many centuries ago?
Because we should be able to hit that with our numbers.
High above you, the king stands triumphantly oblivious.
We rolled a 2 and a 1
trouble.
and failed by 2 points. Like, that's terrible.
Something with great kinetic energy seems to have impacted the cuirass, around where the heart is. A bullet?
Oh, maybe we fired our gun at it.
Someone shot him in the heart. Interesting.
Lieutenant, someone has shot the king.
Okay, I can't see it, but I take your word for it.
What do you think?
Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. But the statue is recently renovated, so maybe a joke? Target practice or a political statement?
None of the above. Maybe it's connected to the murder. I don't think it's connected to the murder. Target practice?
Why not? What this shows us is guns aren't too uncommon here, and people still shoot them, sometimes at kings.
Hey, Tiger Lizzie, how you doing? He shrugs. Yeah.
The king stands high above you, surveying the bay, mute and indifferent to your sightings.
I could get the Twitch to win extra stream, allows chat to vote. Oh, I specifically didn't do that because I don't want chat to vote. Occasionally I might ask what you guys think, but I don't want to be held up waiting for all of them to have chat pick. And I don't really have enough people in here to make it meaningful. Or at least interesting. Most of the time when we've done games like that, you just end up sit around waiting for like null votes or one person playing the game when I could be doing it. Remember that, hey, you're currently doing your own playthrough. You don't need to do a second one right now.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio.
Oh, maybe she's got a song for us.
Clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as
You
her
still want to
smile.
D-drive? That's fair enough. Excuse me, ma'am. I'd like to ask some questions.
No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Snappity snap. Wake up.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Why?
Why? I just told you why.
Oh, okay. But I want... Foreign car, kept in good condition. There's some money up here.
A Stars Ryko, one of the finest Zhimsk-made motor carriages ever. An oldie, but a goldie.
Who drives these?
Not many people outside of Grad, and Revachol West too, it appears.
Okay, Kim, check this out.
A Stash Raiko KK2. That's a classic model. Never thought I'd see another one repainted after what happened last time.
Hold on, maybe I can impress him. Do I know what happened last time?
No, only that the motor carriage is typically baby blue, the colors of Sigismund the Great, an ancient Zhimsk ruler. His banners were famously zephyr and white, the colors of the Stars Ryko.
Let me guess what happened last time, Kim. Blue and white are the colors of someone painted it and got Z mad, and boom, murder happened.
That's, well, yes, exactly it, more or less. Except it was a crowd of them. Tore him out of the vehicle and ran him over with his own tires.
Oof.
They said it was an honor killing, Hussar style. The Jims community protested the trial, flying the colors. 5,000 came to protest.
Correction, 4,395, the fourth largest public protest of a criminal trial in Revachol.
Kim, could our hanged man have been the driver of this car?
I tried to avoid drawing far-gone conclusions like this before actually examining the body, but my initial guess is the two are unrelated.
Okay. Do we want to tell him about the 4,395 people in the protest? Who are the Zibs community?
People we are paid to protect. Let's leave it at that.
Okay. What'd they sentence the killers to?
4 years for murder in Reunion.
Interesting.
The perps were remorseful. Their sorry knocked 8 years off the sentence. That's the system.
The prisons in the greater Revachol Industrial Harbor are already full. Prisoners are expensive to maintain. The longer the sentence, the larger the cost.
Okay. Before we proceed, though, I've got an opinion on the paint job.
Yes, detective?
Wait, I don't want to have an opinion on this. Hang on. They should have just left it blue.
You sure you're not Jimsk?
And we leveled up.
You're sure you're not. Or if you are, it's only in that Revacholian way. 4 to 5% maximum.
Okay, give me the monies. And we got to level up. So we want more logic. Or more of this encyclopedia knowledge. I really want more logic. We could also go for visual calc as well. And I think instead of pumping one to the max, we're probably better just pushing up a little bit. Okay, so we have a chance at that one maybe in the set of tracks. We might not push our luck there until we get a second point in it. Especially if they make it harder every time you try and fail and you put 1 point in, you're just keeping it equal. But if you sort of put 2 points in before going again,
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine.
look in the window.
The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia.
What kind of stickers and insignia?
The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels.
Okay,
A
continue.
large metal pendant hangs from the rear view mirror. The pendant features a sun crown with wavy rays. It is the seal of Royalist era Revachol.
Okay, what about the back seat?
The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains. A book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover features a large, muscular man. The title reads, Man from Eamdal in the Lost City
Man
of
from
the Pygmies.
Eamdal.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy.
The lieutenant nods towards the racist lorry driver. Yeah, okay. I think the lorry belongs to our tough guy.
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
Yeah.
There he is, in front of Rita, smoking nervously, hoping it's over.
Alright, let's go speak to this dude. Hopefully we don't get a head punched in. Says Gree. Might be able to talk to that person as well.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
Man yells towards the harbour gates, his voice loudest of the lot, and oddly screechy for a man his size. What's going on here?
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
Broadshield Alpha Male turns to you. He's a full head taller than everybody else here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Why should I?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Oh, fine.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here.
Right to work! Right to work!
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
I don't think I've chosen sides yet. I'm staying out of it.
Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups, but you're essentially still workers. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the
Right to work! Right to work!
Okay, we still have questions though. Wait, what kind of cause? We'll do the causes first.
rights of people, rights of workers, to have gainful employment, to make a salary, and feed their families.
His manner of speaking is wooden, the tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies from a set of learned phrases.
Regardless, have some questions for you.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here.
No.
Shame on you!
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
He points his finger at the man sitting on the railing.
So do we, Scott.
Oh, okay. He's pointing to the dude up here. Yeah, I want to go into the harbour too.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. You trying to meet their fat boss?
I'm trying to interview people about the murder that took place here, behind the hostel cafeteria there.
I know nothing about a murder.
Absolutely nothing?
Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs. They'd do anything to stay alive.
Right to work!
It's
I don't
shameful.
know.
Cops
This really
doing
is-
nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
This really isn't my area of expertise.
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Pity.
Let us work!
What is a strike?
When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together,
Decide to block honest work for other people.
What do the strikers want?
Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we
Have the right to work!
There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting.
Ill-fitting, what does that mean?
His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence.
Ah, okay. Like, is he a ring-in for the strike things? Do we have to bring it up? You wearing new clothes?
He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both fists in the air. The clothes are obviously not his. Silence is the answer. There's something off here, but he won't say what.
Yeah, let's not push that one too much. It's just someone big that's hired to yell loud?
honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests.
Runs a hand through his steadily graying military haircut.
We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I wonder if that one's supposed to be yelled.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were
Given a job to do!
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
Yeah, wait. Let's ask what his goal is first.
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
And you're unable to breach the entrance.
Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guards blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
Head measurer?
Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind him.
How bad could one guy be? You seem capable. We're gonna egg him on?
Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters.
Why don't you just talk to them?
Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No, he's not gonna like that.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
I gotta ask, where exactly are you from?
What's it to you?
I thought you looked real familiar for a second there.
No. Don't think we've met before. I came to help out the people.
Every once in a while, it's like you can see glimpses of another guy under the guise of this fighter for jobs. He seems a more brutal, cunning, and suspicious person. Just a hunch. Or you just might be paranoid.
I already got that. I'm interested in your background.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill.
Okay. I don't really drink, but workers take him. A bouncer. And sweet, I know bars. Been thrown out from several. Maybe that's why you seem familiar.
Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell?
Yeah, I think I've been there.
Uh-huh. It was a long time ago.
No, he doesn't want to talk to us. We do have this up here. I've got a thought. Greater Revachol Industrial Harbour.
Scab?
Asks a man with jolly eyes tilting his head.
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
No, we're not a scab, but we'll ask.
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses.
Where did they all come from?
Beats me. Somewhere in the ground, I think.
You don't seem to like them much.
Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to scab. Or I guess scared, maybe. But scared of what? Of who?
He looks at the mass, squinting his eyes as if trying to ascertain what they're scared of.
Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
Have you tried talking to them?
We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
Big guy. He means the leader of the scabs.
Yeah. I'm not a scab. I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, "Let us cop for less money."
Let us cop. His name, Call Me Manana.
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
Yeah, I've come to investigate a murder.
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
And maybe you want to help me solve it by telling me who did it.
Of course, Policia. It wasn't me. You can rule me out. Easier that way.
He didn't do it. It's the truth.
Yeah. What's the strike about anyway?
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike too. Just can't break the command structure and tell you now.
I need to know what's behind these gates. I'm exploring.
My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits.
Gazes over the roundabout with a glint of longing. Does this mean you can let me through the gate?
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
He takes a swig.
If it's so simple, why did the scab leader warn you of the guards blocking the way?
That simple? I just walk in?
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Past Measurehead.
Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him,
Right.
then press the button to unlock the door,
Uh-huh.
then go past him again,
Okay.
and you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
So you're saying it's actually quite difficult.
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best measure head in a physical confrontation, or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview, or maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has anyone here ever bested him in physical confrontation?
Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong.
Yeah, we're not. Has any of the scabs tried converting his worldview?
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition.
Got it. Anything?
Sure.
Another thing. Nice talking. Alright, should we approach him? Let's see what this measure had. Let's save first, just in case we need to check something. But let's see what this measure head has to say about this. Oh, maybe we can go this way. In case of strike, press red button behind guard. It's a hermetically sealed door, locked by electronic means, but I'd like to go in there. There's no lockpicking or door kicking in this one. Yo, Measurehead.
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
The young woman at the giant's side agrees. My body is unimportant. I'm with the police and we need to get into the harbour.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al-Ghul.
His face contorts in disgust as if he was smelling a dead rat.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but
probably about another
others
20
can.
to 40 minutes.
It is making the woman in my company sick.
Wait, Al Ghul?
Yes, Al-Ghul.
He means alcohol.
Do you mean alcohol?
Correct. My small skull servant. Al-Ghul is an ancient Ilmaran poison, a parasitic fungus that has colonized your race. It is a trick the desert pygmies played on you for humiliating them and stripping them of their land.
Intentionally fermented drinks have existed for 10,000 years.
The Ilmaran people did not invent alcohol. It's existed since the Neolithic.
This is a fabrication the alchemists of Yizot and Bashir and their Holam and Hul have fed your people. Go on believing in it, raise loser.
Oh, let's not tell him that's not how history works. He's a very big guy, and I don't have any healing things. That's probably right, yes.
Good. There is a frit nearby. Congratulate yourself with another drink. Your features are not yet congenitally deformed enough.
Oh yeah, Measurehead.
Okay. I don't have a problem with alcohol. I just drink a little on the weekends.
Your mouth moves, but the one who speaks is Al-Ghul. You are but a vessel for the Ghul now. Very little of yourself remains. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the Ham Sandwich race is waning.
Okay.
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
Yeah. The race stuff is unimportant here. I just need you to help me do my job, please.
Begging for help. Attempting to pass fear for cooperation. How far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race.
Aww.
You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Quakers. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't
potato
that right,
obsessed.
babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
I'm not pushing him out of the way. He is gonna kill us. You're right about all this. Now I just need you to let me go into the harbor.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war.
We might need to leave him right now.
Bring your troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al-Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. He would take you as one of his own.
Alright. Wouldn't that mean I have to become a Seminese supremacist myself?
Well, yes. Why? Don't you want to be a Seminese supremacist? So what if you're not Seminese? You can be anything.
Oh man, okay. Let's subscribe to it. We just need to roll. Okay.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Okay. Measurehead, I'm new to this world. Help me understand its races. I need to know what kind of different races there are.
Do you?
This is for the thing.
You are obviously a liberal, Sailite. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of microtechnology your sartorial choices. Do not deny your friend the truth you have denied yourself. There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need education?
Ultimately, all of them.
Those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding.
Okay.
A receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades in Maun cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats.
Wait, who exactly are the Maun?
You know them by the names of their nation states. The Oranese, the Gotwaldians, and the Königsteiners. My people simply call them Maun.
Mahun is a derogative term for first world people of Gotwaldian descent. They do not all have eczema. Also, people of Katla, like the Suru and the Huhu, are much more lactose intolerant.
Wooden clogs, though?
In some municipalities of Oranje, people do wear shoes made of wood to street parades. Green, orange, and even yellow tassels have also been seen on hats.
Okay.
The Maun are proof that you can have too much Occidental racial purity and tassel-centric culture. Inbreeding has led to a lactose-intolerant subrace whom no one can take seriously.
Colorful tassels are, let's be honest, not a good sartorial choice for this century. You might want to avoid wooden clogs too.
Okay, no wooden
The
clogs.
Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Leteo by the golden Pisantic Sea, the Suren of Sur-la-Clé, and even the North Königsteiners, all have Type A race propensities. The other large Mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem.
He draws his finger across his face.
Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat-based food, which in turn only produces more sebum.
Who are the Seminese and Areopagites in this?
As proven by the Maun and the Mesk, Occidental Type A is in retrograde. The Seminese and the Areopagite are on the ascent.
And the Seminese are...
The indigenous people of this, the Insulindian archipelago. The Seminese inhabit the southern islands. I am Seminese, from the stock of Ulluir on Ile de Fantôme.
And the Areopagites?
The Areopagites are the master race of the Ile Maran deserts. The Seminese are descendants of the Areopagites. We came here during a heroic migration from Ile Marat to Ansuland, thousands of years before the lactose-intolerant Maun-ridden Occidentals discovered this place.
Wait, didn't Il Maran desert pygmies invent alcohol and get pillaged just a short while ago?
Oh, let's ask him. Weren't the Ilmarans pillaged by my people and then Al Ghul happened and all that?
No, those were scimitar-wielding race losers of Sahrava, Izet, and Bashir.
Ah, of course.
With their Himi servants. Big difference. The Areopagites were fasting and conquering while this happened. You never penetrated the western dunes.
Jean, baby, you're on fire.
The young woman looks adoringly.
I know, babe.
So what's the difference between the Seminoles and the Areopagites?
The Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Seminoles are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor, unchanged since the Super Isola of Pericarnassus. Ancient brains rest in their slender skulls.
He falls silent, contemplating the beauty and mystery.
The latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Semino-Areopagite or Simeopagite super race. That is all. There are no more type A races in the world.
What about type B?
Type B are the unheroic races, amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The Koikos and the Vacholier, they are mud-colored people.
The Koikos of Grad, Yugo, Zhimsk, Shest et al. Are what you would call white officer in a suspect description.
You said, of course, been trained to identify them as white in official descriptions.
Yes. To an untrained eye, the Koiko appear white and pinkish, like a handsome witch. But look into their eyes and you will see. They are of an indistinct color, and so is their skin. Unhealthy, muddy, and ashen. Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination that the Grad people have undergone for drinking Al-Rul and smoking the degenerate tobacco herb, and for eating potato.
And for eating potato.
The Koiko, the countless micronationalities of Grad, are all inexplicably
I
obsessed
think potato
with
in his eyes is the
only
representation
thing
of
they
like
more
carbs,
is
and so he's saying they
divided
become
into
fat.
microscopic ethnostates.
You know,
like
you either become
political
drunk
amoeba.
or have no lung capacity because you smoke tobacco, or you get fat instead of being strong and have a non-drunken mind and, you know, healthy.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
You don't like the ethnostates?
They are microscopic. The Semino-Areopagite superstate will cover the entire remaining planetary crust, uninterrupted. From Holy Semenine to the Boreal Plateau of Katla. Its leaders will be the genetic
Sounds funny,
epitome
though. Hey,
of the
the potato.
Semenese and Areopagite stock, elected by nature, not the base inner spoilage called demos. The Vacholians, halfway between Type A and the Racial Cauldron, two mixed to know right from wrong. You tried your degenerate little evolution, which was the single greatest failure committed by humans in our 82,000-year history on this planet.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
Let's tell him.
The mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that has played out countless times over, like a fever dream of skin, hair, and bone. Wake up, naive Chespias.
Revolution sounds like it was actually very good and necessary. Or it was perpetrated by degenerate marauders, not all the people of Revachol.
The revolution came to Ravachol from Grad, in Zaraz ridden potato carts. It is literally an illness. A prion disease that leaves the
Potato
parietal and
cards.
frontal lobe ridden with holes. A soft, sponge-like mass of dementia, hallucination, and paranoia. The revolution is fatal familial insomnia. A hereditary prion condition passed from the Khoikhoi to the Occidentals. But not sexually. Probably through trade routes and potate acid, the prime component of the potato plant. Enough of Tibet mediocrity.
I think because you're looking at it from a today's perspective, whereas, you know, if this is supposed to be early 50s, if you take someone tribal and give them a general, like let them view certain races on a generalization, they're going to make comments which to us seem racist because you're saying it with a bit of indifference. Whereas if you're saying it purely from an observation, it'd be like someone saying that, you know, your race has become weak because it has become fat, or your race has become weak because you've become drunks. Now we know that that doesn't apply to everyone in the race, but coming especially from a tribal area where the groups are much smaller, what you see from that perspective is the representation of the race. So if you look at him, who's obviously intelligent because, as he puts it, his tribe or his race haven't degenerated their mind with alcohol. They're fit and healthy because they haven't degenerated their body with tobacco or, you know, the potato, which clearly represents the unnecessary carbohydrates, you know, that make people fat. So just purely from a physical and mental position, his observations are all these things from these races have made them weaker. And he's saying he's not saying that he dislikes other people, the other races, because of that. He's just explaining why it puts them lower on the totem pole. Oh, you could also make potato alcohol, so, you know, get the best of both. And if you smoke it, you could probably hit the trifecta.
Tips CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptations. They are tortured creatures waiting to be put to sleep.
Yeah, Al Ghul.
Your morbid interest in them worries me. Lesser races like the mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a masked woman and a Seminese man. Only possible if the mother is masked and the father Seminese. The other way around, they fail to produce offspring. The mosquito is born sterile, like a donkey. All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulic suspension, listening to aggressive El Mariachi music to vent their impotent despair.
It seems unlikely that two human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
Yeah, maybe we misunderstood something, but aren't humans too similar to produce genetically sterile offspring?
You are right. You have misunderstood.
We were right.
You
We
lack
have misunderstood.
basic
Maybe we shouldn't have
phylogenetic
premised it with
education.
we misunderstood.
Then there is the Semino-Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of the Semino-Koiki Chimera? It is not an aesthetics.
All right, let's
The
tell me.
Khoikhoi, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet the rich man. Racial scientists have toyed with the idea of crossing the Seminese with the Khoikhoi to produce a super worker of Seminese strength and great servility. This will never happen. The Seminese and the Khoikhoi may have similar interbreeding problems as the mosquito. We will never know precisely. No Simonese man could maintain an erection in the suffocating potato stench of a Koiko woman or Koika.
The Koiko were like the other, I think they were the other type A that were more intelligent and less physical. And that he said his tribe is like more physical but not as intelligent. But like both of them are intelligent and physical, but his is the balance is weighted on the physical side, and the Koiko's the balance is weighted on the intelligent side.
But enough. It is cruel to entertain ourselves
Yeah, measure
with
his
the
semis.
deformities of Type F. Were there any able-bodied races you needed education on?
Not. Do I understand now that we've been through all the types? Do I understand advanced race theory?
You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone
Koiko was a type B?
it.
Yeah, sorry. Will you let me into the harbour if I do?
We will see.
Access to the Union is important for our investigation, but there may be another way, without becoming a race theoretician.
Yeah, we might be able to sneak in. How do I word the mystery?
You need to internalize what you have heard here today, then return to me. This clarity does not come instantly.
Oh. Ooh. Yeah, it looks like we had a... Twitch was like, no. Let's discuss something else.
I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tiberevasholian. Your love for disco music and venereal disease?
I don't really have a love for VD. Right, you serve the Union, don't you? Aren't they white?
Oh, don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
Yeah, but you still serve them. How does that factor into your life?
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital, something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
I'm no communist, though.
Of course you are. Revasholian man.
Well, maybe we are. We don't know what
The
Revachol
failure
is.
of
Might
communism
have jumped the
to
gun on that one.
challenge the world order is the core of your race fate. All around you, the fruits of its defeat. Individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted disease. Above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music?
Yeah, I said I'm not a communist. I don't know who I am, but I think that's one thing I know.
Stop explaining yourself. No one cares about your beliefs. The conversation has moved on. Tell me, what degenerate subculture has made you dress in this shameful way?
Oh, that's from Disco.
Offshoots of the Simonese people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. it is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race.
Oh, you needed Pepe Sabers for the disco man with that hair. Who are the Seminoles?
The South Island race, haplogroup A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago. Millennia before you. We
Why is Pepe
are
Sabers
the
not working?
future. That is all you need to know.
So you were born and raised on the islands before you moved to Revachol.
I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulimbuir are with me in my genetic dreams.
Capital P?
I see young Seminoles women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale.
So you did not come from the islands.
No. I have heard about it on
There it
the
is.
radio.
So you're not really Seminoles, you're just from Revachol.
I'm from Couronne. And no, it is not just in Revachol. The city is central to the Simony strategy. Spreading through its
It's a
trade
disco.
networks, our culture will dominate the world. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with, and never getting into the harbor.
Kim, what do you think about this?
I think this racist is better than the last. But the next racist will be the really good one.
That will be the...
That will be our lucky
He
racist.
will grant us 3 wishes.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits, a protruding occiput, and an indented zygomatic bone.
The lieutenant does not flinch.
You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind.
Alright, what are those tattoos of yours supposed to mean?
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
He gestures towards the lorryman down the street who, yeah, bit of a jerk.
Welcome to Revachol. You hear him yell at a redhead woman visiting a fritter nearby. He must think redheads are immigrants.
Yeah.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
The drawings are precise and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, however, it is not entirely free of throwbacks in the phylogenetic tree. His large jaw, for example, could be a trait indicative of criminalism. Also, his earlobes could be small.
Alright, let's point this out to him that he's got a big jaw and small and big ears, right?
That atavistic stigmata makes pussy say yes, plenty.
Babe, thanks. But I got this.
Let's leave. Nice work, my dude.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint.
Where is that coming from?
From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights.
Superstar
and they
law
solve
officer.
Shit.
Actually, now that I hear superstar and law officer in a sentence, they sound weird together. Nah, yeah, that's me. I've been establishing my superstardom hard lately.
Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop.
Yep.
Dick
Wait,
Marlin.
what?
Salam Rocky Baye. Badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera. Lights.
Action.
With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
We're not gonna, like, just punch that guy for the fun of it, are we? Good. Alright. We can solve a race setting, but if we internalize... We got 2 things to internalize, I think. Didn't we? Advanced race theory. Oh, it only takes an hour 40 minutes to internalize advanced race theory. Right, which is going to give us -1 on drama, but don't really care. And some kind of superstar. It's going to take an hour 10. All right, cool. Because that's -2 logic, which sucks. But that sounds like a really cool one to internalize. So it looks like you can forget ones that you don't want to have. But I think you get a bonus off it. Like, you'll get this as a bonus when you... like, maybe you'll get +1 once you've sorted it out. But they're really small time frames on that one. And I think from here... Like, we can't go anywhere else, so we're going back to somewhere. But that's about all we have time for.